Immediately, Woody and Dark-Eyed Yi rushed toward the battlefield wraiths to engage them. The duo coordinated their ultimate move, Dual Heavens of Ice and Fire, with spectacular flair. Glaring angrily, the battlefield wraith shouted, "You too wet behind the ears, brats, you dare think you can kill me by combining ice and fire." But right after that, his eyes widened in horror as he thought, no wait, this is... Immediately following that, the opponent's body was shattered into 100 pieces in the blink of an eye. Extinction said smugly, talking so tough, yet weren't you still terrified of my dual heavens of ice and fire? It seems we have figured out the weakness of these battlefield wraiths. He Woody pondered. Xingchen, defeating him wasn't just due to a simple ice and fire attack. Rather, it was thanks to what the two of us possess. It was the myriad ancient origin returning scripture taught by Elder Xia. These battlefield wraiths are amalgamations of multiple corpses. The Sect master said their bodies contain countless remnant souls. Therefore, the myriad ancient origin returning scripture with its immense soul-controlling power is their natural nemesis. It is just a pity that your astral soul eternal realm only protects your divine soul, not your memories. You will forever only remember your previous life without knowing how many cycles of reincarnation you have passed through. Perhaps you are no longer the second brother of my past, but... So what? The two still fought in perfect harmony, side by side, sending the wraith straight to the afterlife. Woody looked affectionately at Ye Xingchen, thinking the past life cannot be reclaimed, but in this life, we are still brothers fighting shoulder to shoulder, and you are still my second brother. My second brother, invincible under the heavens. Only then did Ye Xingchen speak up, calling out Woody. Junior brother, I seem to have gotten the hang of dealing with them. From now on, I can destroy their physical bodies without needing you guys. Hearing this, brother, he felt annoyed. The hierarchy is completely flipped. Woody immediately cautioned, it's still better to be careful. Although they are mass-produced, taking a single punch could still cause serious injury. Alright then, let's charge together. Observing from a distance, Soul Hook thought to himself, they done look like living people. Soul Hook broke into a nervous sweat, muttering, none of these battlefield wraiths look like normal humans at all. Bohu Master, you really gave me a tough mission. Which one among them is the one you said looks the least human? Xingchen threw a punch and said in surprise, how strange, it's not like I shattered them, but rather as soon as their flesh and bone touched me, they automatically dissolved. There's no satisfying combat feel to this at all. Suddenly, a pale green hand lunged out from the dust and smoke, grabbing tightly onto Tinlin's punch. Tinlin exclaimed in surprise, oh, finally someone who can take a hit has shown up. Suddenly, the kid's eyes widened in astonishment when he clearly saw the figure that had just appeared before him. From within the dust and smoke, a figure with an appearance identical to Tinlin stepped out mysteriously. Without a word, the other guy flicked his sleeve and sent he flying far away. Tinlin was knocked back and in extreme bewilderment screamed, holy crap, is that me? Brother leaped back into a defensive stance and said angrily, damn it, have I been caught in an illusion, and since when? Suddenly, the other guy lunged down from above to attack at an extremely fast speed. Immediately, Brother rushed out to block the blow, their colliding fists creating an extremely powerful shockwave. The collision created massive streaks of energy light that tore the surrounding ground apart. Vodich said, this guy isn't a composite corpse like the battlefield ghosts. Tinlin replied, of course I know. Teen then looked at his clone and said, seriously, he is my past life corpse. The kid looked at the clone and narcissistically said, as expected of me, look at this well-proportioned figure, this tall body, a big dick means never starving, these rock-solid muscles, and... Vodich was left speechless, sweating as he said, stop, we re in the middle of a serious fight, why didn't I realize before how narcissistic you are? Dehi calmly smiled and said, that just proves you don't understand me well enough. In the sect's narcissism ranking, I always rank second. Suddenly his clone spoke up in an eerie voice, duh. The other guy stroked his hair coquettishly and said, 1,000 years without seeing each other and you've fallen this low. Fortunately, this concubine had the foresight back then to preserve this physical body of yours very well. Tinlin was extremely angry and shouted, stop using my majestic body to emit that effeminate tone of voice. What the fuck, Langdao, you deserve to die. Tinlin lunged forward, unleashing an extremely powerful icy slash toward the enemy. She didn't bother to dodge and whispered, duh, it seems you've forgotten. The guy's face showed clear astonishment when his attack was easily neutralized, and her hand was already pressing close to his face. She smiled sinisterly and continued, just how strong were you back then? Then she unleashed a lightning-fast counterattack, shoving Dahi's head down into the ground. The attack created a terrifying explosion that cracked and shattered the surrounding rock and ground. The terrifying power of the strike caused the ground to shake violently. Langdao closed in on Tinlin, wearing an eerie smile as she said, duh, be a good boy and die one more time, okay? Suddenly, her eyes widened in astonishment when something lunged toward her from behind. It was Kahan appearing in midair, gathering energy and rushing in to rescue him. You fucking bitch.